Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So, as you saw by the title, today we're going to talk about masterpiece fragrances. And I have avoided this topic for quite some time. You know, I've had a couple of requests here on YouTube and on Instagram to share my masterpiece fragrances, and I have been procrastinating. That is because, I think when we call something a masterpiece, it's quite a title. It encompasses a lot of things. And I sort of take this title very seriously. It's not like doing some kind of top 10. I think this is something a little bit bigger. There are a lot of beautiful, amazing fragrances out there. But when we talk about masterpieces, it is something a little bit bigger. So I'm finally tackling this topic. And, for me, a masterpiece is something that is unique. It is something that is special. It is something that is of high quality. It is something that is really well blended scent. It is definitely a well-performing scent. All of these things have to align for this one scent in order for me to consider it a masterpiece. So I've assembled here a list of some fragrances that are masterpieces in my mind. I think I have about 8 on the list, and I have 2 honorable mentions, and I will explain why they didn't make sort of the top list. Now, if you watched me for a while, I have done a masterpiece video quite some time ago. So if I remember, I'm going to link it somewhere. Now, all the fragrances that I mentioned in that video, I completely stand by. I do consider them masterpieces, but I will not include them in this video because, I've talked about them already. Also, there are obviously other masterpieces that I just don't have in my collection. So I am not going to mention those as well. Originally, I thought maybe I'm going to talk about those, but I don't want to. Let's talk about masterpieces that I actually have in my collection. So without any further blobbing, let's get started. And let's start with 2 honorable mentions that I have. First honorable mention is Spiritueuse Double Vanille from Guerlain. Now, this is a gorgeous, outstanding, very special scent. It's an amazing vanilla. There is something very, very special about this vanilla. It's woody, it's boozy, it's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit smoky. Like, all of these elements are so elegant and so well blended. I think it's one of the most beautiful, understated vanillas, without a doubt. There's only one issue with this scent, and obviously these are all my opinions, and that is the performance. For me, the performance is not great. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great. It doesn't quite live up to the masterpiece level, again, in my opinion. And so for that reason, I can't really include it sort of on the main list, but I wanted to mention it because in every other aspect except for performance, I think that this is masterpiece quality for sure. Second one that is also an honorable mention is a recent love of mine, and that is Baby Cat from YSL. This is also vanilla, but, very different in my opinion from Spiritueuse Double Vanille. This is smoky, ambery, kind of woody, deep, dark, amazing. The scent is amazing. You know, I think there is a reason why there's been so much hype about this scent, why so many people are loving it. So why is it not part of my top list? Well, because this scent is not unique. You know, there are a number of other scents that are quite similar to it. Now, I still think that there is something quite special in this one that puts it at the top of those similar fragrances. You know, it is just a little bit better than all the rest, in my opinion. But because it lacks uniqueness, again, I can't call it a masterpiece, you know, but in every other way, performance here, by the way, is outstanding. In every other way, I think this is masterpiece quality. This is stunning, stunning, smoky, deep vanilla. So now let's go to the main list. And the first one here, by the way, these are in no particular order, but the first one I have is Isara from Dusita. Now, why did I include this scent? Well, to me, this scent, one, is very unique. In my opinion, it's unique. It's so creative. The notes and how it actually smells are kind of so different, like so different in my mind. When I look at the notes, I can't imagine that it's going to smell how it smells. And it is this undescribable scent to me. It is powdery, woody, a little bit smoky. It's a little bit woody. I don't know. It's so hard to describe. I feel like my description does it no justice at all. Now, this is not mass appealing scent, but in my opinion, this is not an important criteria for a masterpiece fragrance. You know, it doesn't have to be mass appealing. In fact, it doesn't have to be my absolute favorite scent, but like I said, it has to have all these other qualities that are needed for a fragrance to be called a masterpiece. And so this one, I think, possesses all of these qualities. It is definitely unique. It's put together in such a special way that, like I said, notes and how it smells, they almost, you can't comprehend how those notes can give you this kind of scent. So it is very high quality. Now, performance. Some of you might argue with me about that because this is a quiet scent. However, I think this scent has to be quiet. It cannot be loud. It's part of the charm or part of this uniqueness of this scent. If it was a powerhouse, a beast, I don't think it would be quite as beautiful as it is now. This scent just creates this magical scent bubble around me that I enjoy for a really long time. So it doesn't project a ton, but it lasts for a long time. And so, yeah, like I said, I think it possesses all the necessary qualities to be called a masterpiece. And so that's why it's included here. Next one. Well, I believe that Delina from Perfumes de Marly is also a masterpiece. You know, now, yes, we have a number of other scents that smell similarly, but as far as I know, Delina was the original one. That's kind of the difference, you know, between Delina and, let's say, Baby Cat, because Delina was the originator of this scent profile, whereas Baby Cat came sort of later after the other scents with a similar scent profile came out. So that's why Baby Cat is an honorable mention and Delina is part of the main list. Now, you can love this scent, or some of you don't, some of you find it really sharp. That's not the point. But, you know, it's an amazing scent profile. It's an amazing combination that became so popular for a reason. There is a reason why so many people love it, why so many people gravitate towards it, you know? It is very mass appealing. It is, I think it was unique, you know, when it was originally created. It is definitely of very, very high quality. And I mean, performance is outstanding again. So again, it checks all the points for me. And I think this is a masterpiece. Now, I don't think I need to tell you what it smells like, you know, gorgeous rose, lychee, and this kind of tart rhubarb. Yes, it's sharp for some noses. For me, it's outstanding. You know, I enjoy all the Delinas, but this one remains my absolute favorite. So yeah, Delina from Parfums de Marly, in my opinion, is also a masterpiece. Next, I have one of my favorite fragrances on the list. And some of you might disagree that this is a masterpiece because you don't like it, because this is definitely not a mass appealing scent. You know, there are some people who really dislike this scent. But like I said, being mass appealing, in my opinion, is not important here. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Italica from Xerjoff. The main, sort of the biggest reason I included it on this list is because I think this is a very, very unique scent. You know, gourmands are so popular these days, and we have so many. And so many of them smell very similarly, whereas Italica is so different. You know, I have not smelled anything even remotely close to Italica. I think it is absolutely unique, very unique. And that is sort of the biggest reason of why I put it here. Now, is it a quality scent? Absolutely. It is beautifully put together, and performance for me is excellent, top notch. This is a scent that lasts, projects basically the whole day for me. I've never had any issues with performance. So yeah, it's unique. It has amazing performance. It's high quality. It's beautifully put together. So it is a masterpiece. And this is an amazing kind of nutty, milky gourmand. Incredible. Next masterpiece is kind of the fragrance of the moment, we could say, you know, the fragrance that has been quite popular in the last, I don't know how long, maybe 5-6 months, whatever. And that's why I tried it, because, you know, people were talking about it, and that's why I fell in love with it and had to get a full bottle. And that's why I think it is of masterpiece quality. That is Blunch Bat from Liquid Imaginaires. It's amazing. It's, again, quite unique in my opinion. You know, I typically really don't like these kind of very milky sandalwood type of scents. You know, they almost feel a little bit sickly for me often. This one, incredible. It's just beautifully, masterfully blended together. I think this could have easily gone wrong. You know, these milky scents can be heavy, can be kind of sour. Yeah, they could be too much. And this, you know, sort of one move to the right or one move to the left, it could have been a disaster. And it's the balance here, I think, of all the notes is just outstanding. And the scent profile, in my opinion, is quite unique as well. Although we're seeing it more in fragrances lately, but I think it is still quite unique. There's something so powerful about this scent on one hand and so gentle on the other hand. Like, it's this just gorgeous, fluffy, milky cloud that it creates, but at the same time, it makes a statement. It's not a weak scent at all. And I just love the balance here. Really, this is it for me. It's the balance of everything. It's the balance of powerful and gentle. It's the balance of all the notes put together. It's amazing. So such a gorgeous scent, worth all the hype that it's been getting, I think. And yeah, I think this is masterpiece quality for sure. Okay, next one. And this one comes from one of my top houses ever, Fuege 1833, and this is chocolate. You know, again, there are a lot of chocolate scents out there, but you will not find another chocolate scent that smells like this. This is unique to another level of being unique. If you think you know what a chocolate fragrance smells like, you don't until you smell this. This is a completely different chocolate experience than anything else that's out there. Really, I will make this bold statement. I think it is different than any other chocolate scent out there. This is a chocolate that's not even exactly chocolate. You know, I think there's cocoa powder in here, maybe. I don't think it's the actual chocolate. There's rum in here. I think there's vanilla orchid in here. And there are very few notes. There are like 3 or 4 notes in here. And it's amazing what they've been able to create with these 4 notes. This chocolate is so unusual, and maybe at first when you sniff it, you might think, this is weird. This is a little bit weird. This doesn't exactly smell like chocolate. Try spraying it on. Try wearing it. It is so addictive. It is so intoxicating. It's amazing. You know, I kind of fell in love with this house and this fragrance immediately as soon as I tried it. For my husband, it wasn't the case. You know, when I originally was testing this house, this was one of the fragrances that I tested, and I let him try it, sniff it, see what he thinks. He thought it was a little weird, which it is. You know, most of the fragrances from this house are slightly weird. And that's what he thought as well. And after I got the bottle and after I worn it for a few times, he completely changed his mind. Now it's one of his favorites. He thinks it is so gorgeous. It smells so amazing on. It is so unique. It is so different. It is so recognizable. The performance is outstanding. So yeah, this is definitely worth being on this list. Next one that I have is relatively new in my collection. And I think when I spoke about this fragrance for the first time, which was, I don't know, in a whole or another video, I can't remember. I kind of mentioned that to me, this fragrance is kind of a masterpiece quality. And I completely stand by that. That is Mandarina Corsica from L'Artisan Parfumeur. Amazing. This is another super addictive scent. So stunning. It has orange. I think it might have bitter orange as well. What else does it have? It has Immortelle, has some sweet notes, some woody notes. I don't know what else. And you know, orange is definitely very present, but it's a different type of orange. To me, it almost feels like there is something chocolatey in here as well. Like I feel like it's orange with a bit of chocolate, with something a little bit baked, with something, it has some woodiness to it. It's again one of those scents that I feel like you really need to experience. Like you really need to experience. It's amazing. It's special. It's such high quality, you know, just you wouldn't expect it. I never expected it to smell exactly like this again, based on the notes. Like even though, you know, I sort of pick out the notes that are mentioned, still when I thought about this scent, this was a blind buy for me. And when I looked at the notes, I didn't expect it to smell this way. Like to me, it's just the way it's put together is very, very special. There's something very special in the scent. It performs amazingly. This is gorgeous. You know, if you enjoy those types of scents, kind of orange with something sweet, a little bready, a little chocolatey, I don't know. Give it a try. Give it a try. It might sound similar to a few other things, but in reality, it's not all that similar at all. I think it is quite different from other scents with similar notes. So again, this is Mandarina Corsica from L'Artisan Parfumeur. And we have 2 more scents. Next one is Remember Me from Jovoy. Kind of an unexpected addition to this list for me. You know, when I first started thinking about this list, and I actually, you know, I took some time to really come up with this list. This wasn't kind of an immediate list. I really took some time, and this wasn't on the list originally, but the more that I thought about it, the more I thought, no, but I feel like this should be on a list as well. This is chai latte kind of scent. That's how it smells. You know, it has tea notes, it has some spices, it has some lactonic qualities as well. But it's gorgeous. I just think, again, it's such high quality scent. It's so well put together. It performs beautifully. And even though, you know, we have a ton of different tea scents out there on the market, and I have quite a few of them because I really enjoy that scent profile, this one really stands out. I feel like this one is a few bars above all the other tea scents that I have or I have tried. There is something special about it, really, really special. Like, again, it has that balance of being just warm and comforting and delicious and a little bit sensual. And yeah, there's just a little something special in it. And I think it definitely deserves to be on this list. And the last one, I think, is a polarizing scent. It happened to be one of my most favorite scents, but I know that there are many, many people out there who absolutely hate it. But whether you love it or hate it, I think you have to respect this scent because it is absolutely unique. It is very, very unique. Maybe one of the most unique scents on this list. It's a beast of a fragrance. The performance is out of this world. And I think given all the strong elements that are in it, it is masterfully put together. I am talking about my favorite Rosé All Day from Gallagher. Yes, some people love it, some people hate it, which I completely understand. This is a very different, special type of scent. I mean, the sour apple in here is like seriously sour apple. And then you have that sweetness. I think there's brown sugar, maybe honey in here as well, vanilla. Then you have this metallic note in here, which, you know, some people pick up, some don't. You have some rose in here, of course. And oh, for me, it's intoxicating, you know, it's the combination of sweet and sour that just works for me. But for some, the scent is absolutely unacceptable. But like I said, either way, it is special. It is extremely unique in my opinion, extremely unique. It's really nicely put together because even though it is powerful, but it's not sharp. None of the notes really kind of poke me in my nose. You know, they're well blended together. And I mean, the performance is outrageous. This is so beastly. I mean, what can I say? It's out of this world. So in my opinion, Rosé All Day from Gallagher is a masterpiece quality scent. So there you go. Here are my masterpiece fragrances, you know, the main list and a couple of honorable mentions. Let me know, what do you think about this list? Do you agree or disagree with my choices? And what fragrances would you consider masterpiece quality? Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to comment, and to subscribe. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.